Hello, colleagues and friends. We are starting our expert talk. Today's topic is how physical stores can survive in e-commerce era. And we will talk today with my colleague Joseph from Qatar Post. So I will introduce myself, and then Joseph will introduce himself. So my name is Gregory. I'm almost 20 years already or more in software implementation. And we are focusing, my company EvoMall is focusing on projects in e-commerce, in retail and logistics since 2015. And we are Odoo official partners, so we use Odoo ERP as a backend, and we are developing web sites and mobile apps, and we are doing AI development. So actually, we are IT company with consultancy service as well. And my friend Joseph, please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Gregory. Hi, everyone. My name is Joseph. I come from a retail, marketing, and e-commerce background. I'm currently with Qatar Post as an e-commerce manager. My expertise covers e-commerce in general, brand building, business model generation related to e-commerce, digital marketing as well, and of course, e-commerce as a unit, the operational aspect of it, as well as the branding and such. And recently with Qatar Post, I've been involved more into the logistics part of the e-commerce, and in general, that's what I do and what my expertise is.
Yes, so because Joseph in Qatar Post work with a lot of e-commerce companies and projects, so we'll share today the expertise which he collected in Qatar Post and in previous places. And a few words about our companies actually. So as I mentioned already, we offer IT products. First of all, we have a ready platform for grocery stores, including everything from mobile app and finishing deliveries by delivery solution. And we have also a ready platform for shopping malls for end-to-end transformation into digital malls. So actually, now we are working in Middle East. We are focusing on MENA region, and we bring our experience from Europe, how to implement such projects and how to work in this sphere. And a few words about Qatar Post, Joseph.
Yes. So it is expected that a post office core business is only related to purely postal services. This is the perception of the people, but in fact, Qatar Post, as many post offices around the world, are following the trend. Qatar Post covers a range of products and services that can cover the logistics as freight, import, export, custom clearance, cross-border shipping services for e-commerce, as well in general 3PL logistics related to e-commerce, including the fulfillment, e-commerce fulfillment, B2B fulfillment, as well as now we are on the way of helping merchants and retailers to be omnichannel and cover not only local channels, but also international channels, such as Amazon, eBay listing, and their own, of course, channels, including their online stores and such.
Yes, we have a few slides about market landscape. So actually, what is the most interesting here is that e-commerce in GCC and MENA is growing, and we see that 91% of customers already are purchasing products online. And here we have, for instance, a comparison with US. In US, 75% are buying online. So actually, in MENA region, the percentage is higher, and the trend is growing because of young population, because of penetration of the internet, and behavior that people used to buy online, and they do it more and more. So there are some graphs here, and the next slide also shows that actually omnichannel is the new reality for retail. And there is some evolution from single channel to omni-channel. But now the big brands, the world-known brands, are investing in omni-channel and moving there. And more companies are opening their e-commerce platforms, are joining some marketplaces. So it's expected that in 2030, around 50% of purchases will be online, and in 2040 it will be like from 70 to 80% of purchases could be online. And some advantages of omni-channel for existing businesses. Actually, we would like to share our experience for existing retailers, how to become omni-channel. That's the main purpose of our expert talk. I will add few words from myself, and Joseph will add few words from himself. So the main advantage is that the business is working, the good job is done, but actually the current facilities can work in the new business model as well, can generate more sales, can attract new customers, and we will talk how to do it. And Joseph, maybe you add here something?
It is true. Omnichannel is today customers are expecting to purchase and get their merchandise, or they're expecting an experience, an omnichannel experience, where they can buy from various channels, any channel. And it is true that, and this is what's happening. And we, in my industry now, I have noticed this increased demand into people stepping into the e-commerce and selling into all channels, from across all sizes. We have individuals who are approaching us with a single vendor or a single product, stepping into omni-channel, selling everywhere, selling on multiple channels. And this is true. And you mentioned earlier some slides regarding the increasing e-commerce, increase into the e-commerce business. And this is also reflected. We made a certain recently a research that also showed that the e-commerce trend is expected to grow approximately what you have mentioned, almost the same numbers, to have most of the parcels to be, most of the parcels in Qatar in particular, and globally to be e-commerce parcels. And this is reflecting how much the e-commerce and the online purchase behavior is growing. And this is really important for individuals who are into retail and planning to start an e-commerce in a business into the e-commerce and stepping from the brick and mortar retail, to take into consideration how important to move into online and omnichannel.
Yes, and there are a few pain points here, which are next. Usually retailers don't know where to start the e-commerce because just don't have such expertise. So digital expertise, knowledge of technologies, understanding of the delivery, especially the last mile delivery. And nobody is sure how to make the right choice, how to work. There are many solutions, but how to choose the correct one and not to lose money and not to lose time and lose maybe customers even, because if you're choosing the wrong solutions, your loyal customers can leave.
Exactly.
Yeah, so and there are, we call it myth, but let's say usual thoughts that there is high upfront cost, the huge investment should be done. We need many additional employers, and there will be uncertain results, especially with delivery, and many mistakes can be done. So we will talk about.
If you allow me to comment here, Gregory, it's true. There's a myth that they need if you want to start in retail, step into the e-commerce and start an e-commerce business, like a dark store, for example. They think that there is a huge upfront cost to be put, and this is not the case. And maybe during the coming slide we can discuss this myth and the fact that activation is now more than ever easier. Even you can outsource the whole businesses, from the technology itself to the facilities and the logistics. as well as the digital marketing. And they will be surprised how easy it is now to just find your niche and start selling it online.
Exactly, yeah. So this is the solution. Actually, let's comment here these steps. In any case, you need to start with backend, with WMS system, with inventory management. And if you already have everything like that, you need the next modules. But we often face the situation when the current software is not ready to give, for instance, stock by API and so on. So it should be upgraded or changed to some new solution. Step 2 is actually to start working in different channels. Yeah, so you need a website, maybe mobile application, sometimes not, sometimes it depends. Here it's very important to have good labeling, correct UX UI, and all these things, because on this step people can make mistakes if they don't work with this before. And then actually when the stock is online, people can do the orders. The important thing is delivery. And here, very important is to integrate with some existing local or international courier company, post company, who can help to deliver and avoid some additional costs for own couriers or for some ineffective, let's say, processes. So, Joseph, please comment that.
Exactly. Sure. So the first thing, yes, as you mentioned, is to define the requirements, whether it's a system, order management system. Do you have an ERP? Maybe you need to integrate with an ERP. All you need is a layer. And of course, when it comes to the last mile delivery, it is really important to have your item delivered to your customer, offering a cost-effective and reliable delivery solution. The cycle can be today you have flexibility to cover to outsource the full cycle, whether you need to store, fulfill, and then you can outsource the whole function, starting from the middle mile to the last mile. And once you define these steps, you identify the gap, then you will be able to draft your requirements and then move forward.
Exactly. So let's talk about delivery operation, because it's one of the main questions: outsource or insource. How to choose, in which case to choose. So please comment that.
Exactly. It all goes back to studying each case. It's a case by case, but in most scenarios, Gregory, it is really the odds would be that it would be much beneficial to outsource your fulfillment and related delivery operations. Let's start with the benefits of outsourcing versus insourcing. When you outsource your operations, first of all, if you are a retailer, you are doing very good in being a retailer. You are very good as a brick and mortar store. You are very good at selling your product, having the category available, having the stocks available. You are very good at that. You are very good at pricing. But when it comes to logistics, it's a really complex it's a really complex part of the business that requires expertise. It requires economies of scale. And if you are not able, if in most of the cases, owning a fleet and insourcing the operation might be very costly and the wrong option. So you go with outsourcing. The benefits are you reduce your cost, you offer for your clients from the client side an affordable shipping solution. You optimize the service, time for deliveries, and you can scale as you go. So so this is one thing. We did not yet mention how much details are involved, such as notification system, tracking system for your clients, and the route optimization and such. So outsourcing in this case would be the best option. And there are two types of outsourcing. you can. It depends on the cycle. Some companies, for example, I'll give you an example. Qatar Post is offering some clients a outsourcing module where we can offer them, for example, the vehicle and the operator, and they control their operations. In some cases, we have some retailers where we fill a certain gap on peak demand. So it could be a hybrid. It really depends. In some cases, insourcing could be good if you have the appropriate volumes, if a well-defined cost analysis has been done, and really define which part of the cycle you need to outsource. Outsourcing, for instance, we have a outsourcing module that can cover the longer part or the full part of the operations, starting from the warehousing, where some clients we can offer their storage, picking, packing, and the last mile delivery. So all they need to do is to sell, and they have the choice whether to outsource partially or to outsource fully. So in most cases, I would say for retailers, outsourcing would win or tick most of the boxes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's now talk about logistics costs. Yeah. So again, doesn't this increase logistic costs? One of the important questions.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Logistics are logistics. It's a cost that you have to bear. An item should be delivered to the client. It's a must, and the cost is there. Now the question, which cost or which choice is better? If you go to insourcing, definitely your cost will be higher. The cost of ownership of the infrastructure. Let's say, for example, you're a retailer. The cost of ownership to own your fleet. Let's say in Qatar, for example, I'm a retailer. I want to cover all Qatar. I need to have an ownership of the fleet, the employees, the driver. And if you do your cost accounting and targeted price, you will find that you will increase your cost if you insource. On the opposite, when you outsource the logistics, you will reduce the cost. Now, when it comes to adding the delivery part, your online customer, okay, so and there's one thing to consider here, Gregory, is that I can see here, does this increase the logistic cost? Well, you have to consider that today's customer behavior is looking for, the customer is looking for the convenience. He is aware that there is a cost for his convenience. The customer is aware that in order for him to get the parcel delivered to his door, he is willing to pay that cost. Now, so you are selling, you're not increasing the cost of an item. You are selling with the item the convenience. So you are actually selling a product. You are selling an additional service. It could be profitable, it could be non-profitable, which is the convenience of delivery. So it's not adding to the cost. It is offering the convenience as a solution. Now, here there's a question saying that if it is gonna, the question was that if it's gonna, who's gonna bear the cost? Well, it really depends on the strategy. In most cases, customers are willing to pay for this convenience. If you can embed the cost, some strategies could allow you to embed the cost within the selling price of the item, or you can make a hybrid model where part of the cost is bear by the customer and the part by you as a retailer. And another option is to offer an incentive to on a volume. If the volume or the average order value increases, you can offer free shipping. But definitely, you cannot consider that going online and adding a delivery charge is increasing the cost or the selling price. It's selling a convenience that the customer is willing to pay.
Yes. Okay. So let's move forward. And what about cross-border? Can you comment here?
Cross-border. Also, we have a lot of clients, and okay, so we have a lot of retailers in Qatar and from my industry that are now stepping into online retail, into e-commerce. They are selling products in the GCC. Retailers in Qatar selling products and shipping them outbound from Qatar to GCC, to the world. Some of them have a global commerce. They are listing on global platforms, and we are taking care of the logistics. And today, more than ever, the cross-border logistics are effective, and it's cost-effective and optimized. I'll give you one example. Today, you can deliver to the GCC a parcel through the postal system of Qatar Post within 3 to 4 days, even less. Sometimes it could be up to 2 days in some instances, for a very affordable solution. So barriers for cross-border shipping are less and less. We are also offering now, there are some solutions where it allows you to do inbound to Qatar, or wherever you are. It depends on the country. So there are cross-border service providers, such as, for example, Connected is one of the services under Qatar Post, which is offering a virtual address where the buyer in a certain country, let's say Qatar, can consolidate, store their parcels in a address in USA, for example. It can be in another country, and then ship it to Qatar. So this is one of the solutions that can help individuals as well as retailers or dropshippers and such.
Yeah, okay. That's interesting. So one more, let's say, interesting part here is actually the solution. I will take a word here just to describe what we have, because with the delivery, it's clear, and the Qatar Post can provide all the services, but then the retailers will ask, okay, but how can I sell? Yeah, so actually, we propose here to use the existing solution. It's ready-made. It's based on world best practices for UX UI, and we use mobile app or website, own developed but white label, and Odoo platform at the back end. It's also customized Odoo platform, but covering all the needs for retailers, for e-commerce, for Q-commerce. Q-commerce is let's say 15 or minutes delivery or half an hour delivery, usually used by grocery. So actually, it's very easy to start now, because you don't need to develop some solutions. You just take existing as is solutions with all the business processes, and you can start working in average in 2 months, when all the data is uploaded, all the integrations are done, the design is done according to the brand, and some customization potentially can be done as well. And implementation cost, that's something also what we discussed. Is it high or not? So actually, for our system as a service solution, cloud solution, the implementation cost starts from $10,000, which is almost nothing. But it depends on the project, of course. I mean, nothing comparing with the turnover of potential e-commerce channel.
So Gregory, sorry, can I comment on one thing, if you mind? So now, if I'm a retailer, you as EvoMall can offer me an application that is to list my products and sell on this application. That's what you're mentioning here, right?
Of course, yes.
And can it be web-based, not only application, for example? Can it be on a mobile, on a browser?
Yes, both. It can be only web-based, or both, or only mobile application. It depends. Usually it's both channels, yeah. Here is just example of the mobile app, because it's usually more hard to realize, because there are many websites existing for online shopping, where you can construct your own website easily. So it's less problems with these. But with mobile apps, still there are not so many white label solutions, and usually people pay huge money, let's say, comparing to what we propose.
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for the question. And the important part also is the back end, because you need purchasing, you need some algorithm. So actually there is simple algorithm just based on min-max. And we also have AI-based algorithm for, let's say, for bigger companies, which analyzes the statistics, the history, knows the seasons, the holidays, promos, whatever, and it understands and forecasts the sales and plans the purchases based on that. And of course, we have assortment management, everything what is needed for product information management, all the warehouse operations, all the point of sales operations, and so on. So actually, this part is based on Odoo. There are some small demonstrations here, but we can, of course, demonstrate the whole system. And as I mentioned, it's white label, so we can customize some parts of the system easily.
And
so
is it modular by nature, Grigory?
yeah,
So let's
yeah,
say I have an inventory management system. I only want the front end. I might have an ERP. I only want to connect. Is it modular to choose partial part of the solution?
yes, of course. The system is modular. So actually, the front end is a separate module. Loyalty program also, by the way, is based on AI. We have two versions: simple version, just loyalty mechanics, or version with AI, which understands all the customers' behavior, and based on the behavior, it segments the customers and send the personalized messages, promo offers, and also manage the content on the screen. So this is another block. Then warehouse management, another block with purchases, delivery management, by the way, we have, and so on. So yes, it's modular, and it can be integrated with any other ERP or some in other case. For instance, our backend can be integrated with existing website or mobile app. Okay, it's about software, yeah, just for understanding that it's easy to start and the terms are quite short. And now let's talk more about what means omnichannel. Yeah, so how customer would buy from you and where. And Joseph, please comment here, and I will add my comments as well.
Yes. Again, it goes back to omnichannel, and we're hearing a lot about omnichannel. And let me simplify what is omnichannel. I am your customer. You decided to be omnichannel as a retailer. You applied a proper order management platform and inventory management. You went live. You have your website. You have your mobile app. You have your WhatsApp selling channel. And I'm a customer. I walked into your store once and I bought a mug. Okay, let's say a coffee mug. The second day, I would receive a notification on my mobile telling me that we have a wide range of coffee mugs available at our store. I would open my email. I'd find an email related to this. I click on a link on the email. I purchase another mug. I'll have it delivered to my doorsteps. The second day, I would be able, for example, to purchase on the web store, on the mobile app, etc. I receive a notification here. I receive a notification there. Omnichannel offers you, it expands your retail operations to cover multiple channels. You can sell on a point of sale in a kiosk somewhere in a mall. You can implement a screen where the customers can add to cart, check out, pay, select cash on delivery, and then go home, receive your product. The same way as they have walked into your store. They can do it on mobile. They can call you. They can request it on social media, and they can purchase it in your retail store. The same customer can access you from multiple channels, which means you have increased the opportunity of selling. And this is omnichannel. And again, solutions offered by EvoMall are very important to have a centralized system that can connect you with all these channels, meaning that you need to have a system that will allow you to put all this inventory onboarded into one database, all this customer profiling in one database, and to receive all these orders into one order management dashboard. So your people, your operation team, whether you're sitting at home or you're sitting or your team is in the warehouse, they can manage these orders. So it is important first to start with your solution, the backend, and then expand.
Yes, thank you for this comment. I will just add maybe what we have here is that it doesn't matter in which channels the customer is buying. It's important how to communicate with him, this retention marketing and so on. So this is what I mentioned for loyalty, yes, based on AI. Our software helps to create the different templates and different strategies of communication. And then AI is analyzing all the actions of the customer in each channel, what he was doing, not only purchasing, how he was reacting on our messages, how he was searching, what he was reading, at what time, even during the day he was doing that. And based on that, the notifications, the messages are personalized. And based on his behavior, we can also manage the content on the screen, which increases the conversion rate into sales. And actually, it's increased even the customer's loyalty because the website or the app is useful for them because they always see the relevant products there. And if they come to an offline channel somewhere else, they can continue purchases. And the system knows that something was started already in online channel, and then they can use, for instance, the promo code which was generated in online, in offline, and so on, and everything will be in one place in mobile app, for instance, or in the personal cabinet in the website.
True. I come from a marketing background, Gregory, and I cannot emphasize how much these notifications and the targeted mailers and the notification system can increase the sales, starting from abandoned checkouts and even product preferences and behavioral-based segmentation. It is a game changer. So if any solution, I would recommend looking into a solution that has a marketing aspect of it, which is the segmented targeting.
Yes. Okay, so we finish for now, and I will check the chat because maybe we have some questions here. Yeah, the question was, is any project already implemented in GCC region? Yes, now we are working with a company which is called To You. It's a delivery company in Saudi Arabia. And we realized a project for their dark stores. So all the backend for the dark stores is working on our solution. This project was launched, everything works well, so we have a good case there. And actually, a few words about our company ourselves. So we realized many projects in CIS region and in Europe, and in GCC we started just this year. So we realized already one big project, and now we have some number of projects in progress. But I believe that during end of this year and next years, we will have many projects in this region because the demand is high, and we can make Arabic translation and all the needed business processes according to the GCC requirements, which actually we did already. Okay, so that was the question. Maybe if you have any other questions, please contact me. Also, you can find Joseph in LinkedIn, or if you have questions to Joseph, you can write to me or write to our LinkedIn or Facebook, and we will transfer the question. Yeah, we are open to discuss any details, to show demonstrations. Yeah, I see that another comment, great to see all the backend built on top of it, which is a rich experience. Actually, we use Odoo. We can use Odoo Enterprise. We are also working with Odoo Community. And what we do, it's additional development on Odoo. It's like maybe 80% of the modules are upgraded by us. But yes, Odoo is well known in the market. Many companies use it. So we can just add some R modules if needed on the existing solution, or implement the project from scratch. And important, actually, I didn't mention that, yeah, we can integrate with Qatar Post. Actually, why we are doing that joint expert talk, because integration with Qatar Post, as an example here, yeah, but we can integrate also with some other companies, but it's important that in Qatar, we can integrate with Qatar Post, and all the sales which are going from e-commerce can be delivered by Qatar Post, and everything will be automatically. So no need to do any manual work or control it. So Qatar Post will cover all the last mile delivery or any other types of delivery, and our software will cover the whole business process from end to end. Okay, so we will finish on this. Thank you very much, Joseph.
Thank you, Gregory. Thank you all.
Yeah, thanks to Anas Abdullah, who was asking the questions. Of course, I know that most of the people will watch video in recorded format, so don't hesitate to write us, to contact us by the contacts here or in LinkedIn, and me or my colleagues definitely will answer you and will help you with any of your questions. So I wish you a good day, everybody. Take care and keep in touch.
Thank you. Thank you all. Keep in touch.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you.